Namaste. Myself Training Khurana, Faculty of Physiotherapy, JVN, Rajasthan. Today's topic is Basics of Neuroscience is the study of the brain. The brain is perhaps the most complicated system that exists. It processes and creates almost every aspect of our conscious experience. The brain isn't merely another organ in our body. This also goes to say it's pretty important. Over the years, neuroscientists have attempted to clarify the complicated, smooth out the interactives of the brain in order to better understand it, and as a result, to best understand ourselves. Neuroscience is an amalgamation of medical, evolutionary, and computational disciplines, fostering a deeper understanding of how the more than the approximately 85 billion nerve cells in the human brain are born, how they grow, and interconnect to form human thoughts and actions. The brain consists of several discrete parts, most notably the cerebrum, the brain stem, and the cerebellum. The cerebrum consists of 6 brain areas that span 2 hemispheres. 4 of these areas are seen from the external view of the brain: the frontal, parietal, occipital, and the temporal lobes. The 2 other lobes, the limbic and insular lobes, are found within the cerebrum. The outermost part of the cerebrum is called the cortex or neocortex. It contains a sheet of neurons that wraps around all the lobes of the brain and is roughly 1.5 to 3 millimeter thick. Neurons are the principal communicators of the brain. They are involved in sending signals from one region to another, and ultimately triggering actions, encoding and retrieving memories, creating the experience of being well alive. A dense collection of neurons are found within the cortex and other areas within the limbic and insular lobes. Neurons send the messages, and a variety of other cells called glial cells support and facilitate this communication. The frontal cortex plays a role in a range of cognitive functions, including attention, decision making, planning complex behaviors, and regulating social actions. This is typically termed executive function. The middle part of the brain, in the parietal lobe, is involved in both motor processing, the feeling of touch, and in motor coordination, the movement. They aren't only brain areas involved in these processes, but they are the principal actors. The occipital cortex, it is involved in sight. Its feature many different layers, each of which possesses a different component involved in perceiving the world visually. The temporal lobe are largely discussed before as the relevance in their language. The left side of the brain features Wernicke's and Broca's areas involved in speech comprehension, speech production. Within the brain, there are several other regions that are of note, including the basal ganglia, a collection of regions involved in the action selection, hippocampus, involved in memory processing, and amygdala, involving fear processing. There are many different branches of neuroscience, everything from conceptual, pharmacological, molecular neuroscience, and beyond. Cognitive neuroscience is concerned with the scientific study of biological substrate underlying cognition and mental processes, and address questions such as how psychological or cognitive functions are reflected by neural activity in the brain. Typical data collection methods employed by cognitive neuroscientists are functional neuroimaging, electroencephalography, behavioral genetics, and lesion studies. In contrast, behavioral neurosciences or biopsychology addresses the impact of the nervous system on attention, perception, motivation, performance, learning, memory, and their manifestations in human behavior. Studies in behavioral neurosciences focus on the interaction of the brain, behavior in real and simulated environments. The body is connected to the brain through a complex congruence of cells and nerves that transmits data back and forth between the brain, spinal cord, organs, and limbs. The brain and spinal cord are considered to the central nervous system as they integrate all incoming information from the sensors and effectors and modulate the activity of the body. By contrast, the peripheral nervous system comprises somatic and autonomous systems responsible for voluntary control of skeletal muscles as well as involuntary regulation of the bodily functions such as heart rate, digestion, respiration, pupillary response, urination, and sexual arousal. Thank you.